Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the player ratings. Everton have been beaten 3-1 by Newcastle in a very, very disappointing game at St James's Park. Yeah. Yeah, just an awful game of football, which hopefully the manager now fully understands the level that he's dealing with in terms of defensive ability and midfield ability. Yeah, let's just get into the player ratings. Jordan Pickford. Listen, could he have done better with the free kick? Maybe he could have. I don't think he could have done anything with the first goal. The second goal. I think the cross gets a knock off Seamus Coleman, and I think it takes it over his head. His position, I'm not sure whether his positioning was right for it though, but certainly I think he could have done better with the free kick, and I think he got caught up in. Just not caught up as in stupidly, just did a couple of stupid things in the second half, which got the crowd going and all the rest of it, because obviously they were booing him all night. So I'll give Jordan Pickford a 5. Seamus Coleman. I thought first half he tried to get forward, and he tried to be a winger essentially. But second half he was just a right back. And suddenly we've got 5 in midfield and 5 in defence and no midfield. And I think St Maxim just took him to the cleaners every time. And I think we've got to start integrating Patterson into the team as soon as we can. Because what's the point? What's the point in that? There's too many players in this team who've been playing for too long now and who've been putting in a half decent performance now and again. We need to put younger players in, and if they're not, if players like Seamus Coleman are not doing it, then they need to be taken out. Because Seamus Coleman, to me, adds nothing. When you talk about his experience and leadership and all that kind of thing, he doesn't add anything, as far as I'm concerned. He'll maybe off the pitch, but on the pitch, I don't think he's he doesn't. For me, I don't see the leadership. I don't see him trying to drag the team through the game. I don't see him trying to calm people down and try and, giving instructions out. I think he has to concentrate on his own game, which is just abysmal at the moment. So I think the sooner we can get Nathan Patterson into the side, the better, because I just don't think Seamus Coleman offers enough to justify his place week in and week out. I can understand why Frank Lampard wanted him in the side to start with, but these players have got, and he's not the only one. I've given him a 3. Michael Keane's another one. He was absolutely abysmal tonight. Again, abysmal. He's an absolute fucking shithouse, and I apologise for my language, but I've never known a centre back in my life with all the experience he's got to be the way he is. You look at Lascelles for them and the difference with someone like Lascelles. You look at, they went out and paid £6 million for that damn Burn, who's not a great player, but I tell you what, I bet he'll do a job all day long than what Michael Keane does. I look at centre-backs who play for the likes of Burnley and I think, you'd be better than Michael Keane. He's absolutely he does what he did on Saturday. He'll come on now and again and have a good game, and everyone thinks he's great. But these are the real performances. He's just shite. He's just shite. I feel like I keep on getting men in black with him, and I think sometimes go, oh yeah, he's all right. He's shite. And Everton need to get rid of him, and they need to get rid of Seamus Coleman out the first team, and they need Mason Holgate another one. So Michael Keane, I've given him a 3 as well. Mason Holgate is another one. My life, does he think he's some unbelievable centre back? Does he think he's like Beckenbauer on? Does he think he's like Van Dijk or something? The way he struts around the pitch. Ollie says we have the worst defence in the league. We do, Ollie. We do. I genuinely believe we do. But he's another one, he just struts around the pitch. And we go 1-0 up. And obviously it's an own goal. And then he's fucking about with it on the edge of our box. And next minute it's 1-1 and then they get all the momentum back. It's just like, what are we doing? Like, the sooner these players get binned by Everton, the better. And the thing is, I don't know whether they'll get binned where we'll be by the time we can bin these players. They are absolutely awful. Awful footballers, awful defenders. I'd love to put Mason Allgate's confidence into Michael Keane and see what kind of player we'd get out of Michael Keane. Oh, it's just horrendous. And now we've got no Ben Godfrey and we've got no Yerry Mina, so we're stuck with these two. Unless he plays Branthwaite, which I doubt he will. So we're stuck with these two for the 4-goal. And it just doesn't bear thinking about. It really doesn't. It really doesn't bear. We should have bought a defender in the transfer window. We should have brought a centre-back in. Because ours are utterly shite. And you can't rely on Yerry Mina. Once again, Yerry Mina goes out the side. And the back four falls to bits. As always, because we're atrocious without him. The thing about it, there's players out there who aren't anywhere near as good as like that. I think who aren't like brilliant, seen amazing players, but they've got a level of consistency that's what helps their teams. The likes of like Connor Cody at Wolves, he's not amazing, but he plays every game and he plays at like a 7 every game. That's what we need. It's not even rocket science. We just need a good centre-back. And I can't believe we never brought one in. I honestly can't believe we didn't bring a good one in. We wasted a bleeding loan signing on El Ghazi. They're just shite. They're just shite and they burn me head out. And they need to just be gone. And I can't wait till they are gone. So Mason Olga gets a 3 as well. Yerry Mina. But Yerry Mina obviously went off with but he started really shakily, giving stupid passes away. And then he picks up the injury. And God knows how long he's going to be out for. So I've given him a 4. Andros Townsend. He was poor as well. He was poor. Never really got to grips with where he was playing. Never got to grips with where he was playing at all. Shit himself. Bottled it loads of times when tackles come flying in. Just bottled it. He was crap. I'll give him a 2. He was crap. Just awful. Alan, one-man midfield. Just one-man midfield, wasn't he? Having to try and win everything. You know, tonight, I'm afraid Gomez contributed absolutely 0. And Alan was having to go round and try and pick up the bits and drive us forward. And you're asking one man to do everything, and he can't be everywhere at once. And once again, I felt sorry for Alan because he's left in the midfield on his own. He's trying to do things and he's trying to break things up, and sometimes he's got to give fouls away. I've given him a 6 because I just felt really sorry for him because he's having to do everything on his own. Because we generally just had no midfield tonight. We had no defence. So I'll give him a 6. Andre Gomez. Andre Gomez tonight was just embarrassing. Just embarrassing. Generally, from the first time he got the ball, they just pressured him. The other day, he had all the time in the world against Brentford, and tonight he had no time, and it just exploited all his issues. He exploited all his issues. He's defensively so bad. He doesn't track. He was losing the ball in dangerous areas. He was abysmal. Absolutely abysmal tonight. And you see him the other night and the difference tonight. He's just, when people pressure him, he's just non-existent. He's like a sloth trying to get around the pitch. And it's just mad. The other day was brilliant. But again, it's the pressure people put on him. And tonight, they really put pressure on him. and he was just abysmal. And again, it's like the defence. Where's the players though? The Corey's out injured. There's no Delph. There's no Tom Davis. There's Gbamin on the bench. You know, what do we do? Okay, we've got Dele Alli and Van der Beek, but they're not proper centre midfielders. We need a proper centre midfielder. Tom Davis would walk into this team with his slippers on. That, you know, Delph would walk into this team. Because we need someone like that. It was just the game just bypassed them completely. It really did. And honestly, Gomez was just horrendous tonight. Absolutely horrendous. Like many players. Wants too much time on the ball. Loads of our players today want too much time on the ball. That's not what happens. You get pressured, you get hassled, you get harried, you get Gomez a 1. I'll give him 1 to be charitable. He stunk the place out. And Anthony Gordon. I thought Gordon started well. Him and Damari Gray were trying to use the ball well, trying to drive at them, run at them, trying to pick out clever passes. First half, thought he did well, but it's like him and Gray they're like almost like a partnership in a way, creating space for each other. And when Gray went off and it was just sort of him on his own, he wasn't getting the ball in areas where he could affect the play and had someone with him who could help him out. And he started drifting out of the game a little bit then because the ball just wasn't getting to him. And when it was, he had a couple of players on him because obviously when Gray's on the pitch, you can't mark both of them out the game. So I think he was working, don't get me wrong, he was working his bollocks off and he was working, you know, trying to do everything he can for the team. But sadly, it just wasn't there. So I've give him 6.5. But he, as I said, he actually wants it. He wants it more than anybody else. And for a young lad, I just find that embarrassing for a lot of the senior pros that a 20-year-old lad understands. Him and Allen, I think, tonight were the only ones really who did anything of any note, obviously for the full game. Damari Gray started the game well again, trying to, you know, him again, as I've just mentioned, him and Anthony Gordon finding the pockets of space in that just in front of their defence, and then he's picked up an injury. He picked it up quite early, I think, and then he tried to carry on and he did a run with it, and he just couldn't get away from the defender, and he pulled up, and again, I don't know how long he's going to be out for. Looks like another soft tissue injury, which again we've had just numerous, and it can't just be luck by now. I don't know what's going on. It can't be luck. All these players are going out with I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So Damari Gray at 5.5, and then McPartland, who again didn't do enough for me tonight. Just didn't do enough. Not pulling the defence enough, not making it hard enough for them. Didn't get a lot of service, I'll grant you that, but just didn't do enough for me tonight. So I've given him a 4. He had a couple of half chances, but not enough really. You know, when again Saturday it's all sunshine and smiles, and tonight it's just all misery and dark clouds. So I've given him a 4. The subs, Dele Alli came on obviously. Didn't really contribute anything of note. One great run where I think he tried to backheel it to Richarlison when maybe he should have just took it himself. He's not playing with. He's going to have to learn. He's not playing with Harry Kane here. And apart from that, I don't know. He just looked a little bit lost. Looked a little bit lost, if I'm honest. Again, hasn't played first time on the pitch. Hasn't played a lot of football recently. Just looked a little bit lost. So I'll give him a 5. Branthwaite, tough for him to come on in the conditions, especially replacing Yerry Mina and how important he is. struggled a little bit, but trying to do what he does, trying to be good on the ball, trying to win headers. Pace was frantic tonight, it really was. And that's what a lot of our players struggled with. So I've given Branthwaite a 5. And Van der Beek came on. I thought he did all right. I thought he did okay. Again, he took him a little bit of time to sort of find his role on the pitch. And I think when he did, he gave us a little bit of, a few half chances. But so I've given him a 6. I thought he was fine when he came on. And the manager's going to have to see now what he does and how he sets them up. But he's going to have to set us up in a way that, because our back four is rancid. It's absolutely rancid. It really is. It really is. And you need protection in front of them. And we're not giving them protection because we're trying to control the games, but then the players are not good enough to keep the ball. And it's just one problem just knocks on to the next. And the manager's going to have to fix it very quickly. Because he might say there's only half a season left, there's half a season left. Well, after Saturday, there's what? There's, what are we on now? 18, 17, there'll be 16 games left, is it? So, and we've got to win 6 of them. So he's going to have to come up with a solution very quickly. And if it means he has to sort of rip it up and play what he wants to play, I'll be honest, I don't really see a level for what we're playing anyway. We don't like the way we play. We don't like having 2 midfield. So he's going to have to come up with a way of doing things that works. I don't know what it is. But this defense, it's just terrifying. It's just terrifying. It really is. So yeah, there you go. I'll be honest, I'm a bit of a loss with that performance. I'm really struggling with that performance because it was just so bad. It was just so bad, and the players are I can't get over how bad the players are. I really can't. They've got the mentalities are just terrible. Just absolutely terrible. So we're gonna need what? We're gonna need 6 wins and a few draws to get us out of this. And listen, we can get that. We can get that, but with the games we've got, but just it's just a struggle. It's a struggle to watch that. Oh, anyway. Why is someone saying get a grip? Why is someone saying get a grip? I don't understand. If you've watched that tonight and you're not terrified, then I don't know. You must live in a happy rainbow world if you've watched that and you think that's fine. That to me was one of the worst performances of the season. Like, that was one of the worst performances. Newcastle have won 2 games all season. That to me tonight was one of the worst performances of the season. There was no fight. There was no heart. There was nothing. Absolutely nothing. So for people to say get a grip, or someone to say get a grip, I think you're living in cloud cuckoo land. I really do. Because that to me tonight scared the life out of me. It scared the life out of me. How bad we were. Because that was all about tonight. Having a bit of passion. It's about having a bit of passion and a bit of fight and a bit of desire to want to win the game or stay in the game. And they didn't. They fucking shit themselves. And that's what's terrifying me, is that we've got a team full of shitbags. And they just look like they don't care. And they've got players who look like they don't realise where we are. And there's no leader on the pitch. I don't give a fuck what anyone says about Seamus Coleman. Where is he? Where's the leadership from him on the pitch when we need it? Why isn't he gabbing hold of players? And, Michael Keane is one of the worst centre-backs I've ever seen in my life, next to one of the other worst centre-backs in Mason Holgate. They're absolutely fucking atrocious. And if people don't understand that, then, you know, if we're relying on I've seen a stat before, someone said in the last 6 years, we've played 100 away games and we've won 20 of them. The mentality of this football club and these players is frightening. Absolutely frightening. And it's, you know, look at Burnley tonight. They've got another point. So they got a point against Arsenal, a point against Manchester United. And they'd be like, oh, it's all right, they got a point. Well, that means since we last got a point, they've got 2 points closer to us. And that's all it takes. Norwich have won 2 in a row. Newcastle have now won 2 in a row. That's all it takes. By Saturday, we could be in the bottom 3. Because the players are absolute fucking frauds. They are frauds. They've got no heart, no desire. And if it was left to them, they'd take us down. I'm just hoping Frank Lampard can find a formula. I really am, because we are shockingly bad. We are shockingly bad. And it doesn't matter if it's because of injuries. It doesn't. Their injuries are there. They're there. We're getting them every week. We're getting them every single week. So it doesn't really matter that the injuries are happening. You can't blame them because they're happening. And something's got to happen very, very quickly. Chris says maybe it's time for a new captain. But who would that be? Because I don't see any leaders at this club. I don't see any leaders on the pitch. I don't see any leaders off the pitch. People can bang the chest all they want, and people can say about Seamus Coleman. Seamus Coleman might be the nicest man in the world, but as a footballer, I don't think he's got anything left to give. I just don't see any leaders on the pitch. I really don't. Apart Anthony Gordon and maybe Allen. I just don't see it, and I'm not. That's not personal, by the way. It would never be personal. Seamus Coleman is just. I love the fella to bits, but you know, I'm talking about this team. I'm talking about standing up for this team. I'm talking about like wanting to win games for this team, and I don't see it. And I saw that from Newcastle tonight. I saw it from all their players tonight. I saw their players fighting. The crowd behind them, the players fighting, the players wanting it. Our players were like kids. Our players hid. They shit themselves, all of them, and they hid. And that terrifies me. That terrifies me. Because when it comes to, we're only talking about, you know, we're not talking about, we haven't got this big points gap over these clubs, by the way. We could be in the bottom 3 on Saturday. So, I don't know. I'm as I said, I think reality is just hit, and it's hit for the manager. To be honest, he'll know now. He'll know how bad some of these players are now. He'll know. So, as I said earlier, we're gonna have to somehow limp to the summer and hope we survive. And then there has to be major changes. This football club, major changes in the playing staff and behind the scenes. Because it's an absolute fucking mess. And it doesn't... Frank Lampard's been brought in, yeah, that's great. But he'll demand winners. And I don't know whether we've got them at this football club, if I'm honest. So there you go. There you go. Another defeat. Sound. Right, I'll be back tomorrow for the final word over on Patreon. And the daily extra that'll be on Patreon as well. We'll be doing the phone-in as well. Later on YouTube. If you're a patron, you can give us a call. So if you want to get your feelings on the phone in, that'll be tomorrow. So make sure you give us a call for patrons. Yeah, make sure to check out Baz's videos as well. Thanks for watching. See you later.